time to call your lawyer.
Indeed, it is time to give our lawyer and friend a call, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. We're going to find out if maybe today's the day your question gets answered. And don't worry, if you've got a question, I'll tell you how to submit that for consideration on a upcoming segment. A couple of things I need to go over first. Just to make sure we're on the same page. First of all, please understand that what you're about to hear is just general legal conversation. It should not be taken as specific advice in your specific situation. In order to get that, there's no way to substitute or to get around sitting down face-to-face with a professional and getting that feedback in your specific situation. And a lot of personal injury attorneys will offer a free consultation. I know Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates certainly do, so you might want to give them a call. And yes, I'll give you the contact information in a moment, but there's no substitute for having that face-to-face sit-down with somebody who really knows what they're talking about. Some things we can generally say that are important things to keep in mind. Whatever situation you're in, don't sign anything. Don't let anybody record any conversations. And don't make any statements until you talk to a professional. Let's see what Bruce thinks of today's legal brain teaser on Kicks Country 92.9. Please make welcome attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. Morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How you doing?
Doing fine. Oh, dog days of summer, kind of hot and sticky, but other than that, doing fine. How about you?
Well, we needed a life raft out here with all the rain, but other than that, we're doing great.
I know. A little bit of a subtle reminder that we're in the hurricane season. Pay attention, huh?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing to pay attention to. When I give the advice to send your questions in to get them answered, do so, because today that's exactly why I've got Bruce on the air with me, is to answer somebody's question. Are you ready to tackle today's problem?
I'm ready, Todd.
All right, here we go. This is what it says. My elderly father was crossing at the crosswalk on his 3-wheel battery-powered bike when he was struck and killed by a car. The driver was attempting to make a right-hand turn and claimed that my father waved her through. However, the police report indicated that he was hit 5 feet into the crosswalk. A witness statement indicates that the driver never came to a complete stop and was on her cell phone when she struck my father. Both claims a driver denies. The driver's insurance company refuses to deal with me, claiming negligence on my father's part. What can we do? Nothing worse than having a tragedy and then all of that arguing going on top of it. So what would you recommend?
They need to get together with a good personal injury lawyer and put it in his hands. There are several issues here. Number one, if the father owned a vehicle, he could probably go under his own PIP or personal injury protection to get $10,000 death benefit, or if he had any medical expenses as a result of the accident, that would help get paid. Number two, it seems to me that the driver of the car bears most of the responsibility.
All right.
In Florida, we have comparative negligence, so even if the driver of the car was half at fault and the elderly father was half at fault, they would be able to recover under what is called a wrongful death suit for 50% of their damages.
Okay.
You know, there's no way to put a value on a life, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah, sure. And that's the kind of thing you would want a professional on your side to deal. You don't want to go up against an insurance company on something like that.
Absolutely. And then again, there's our friend uninsured motorist. If the driver who caused the accident didn't have insurance or didn't have sufficient insurance, if the elderly father either had insurance himself or lived in a household with a family member who had insurance, they could collect under the uninsured motorist portion.
Wow, sometimes it amazes me what I would call, I'm sure this is not a legal term, the reach of an insurance policy to cover others in the home and so forth. But that's something that is definitely worth pursuing here.
Yeah, it's definitely worth pursuing.
Let me ask you this. This is, I think, the first time in all the years you and I have been having these conversations, it is the first time I think we have dealt with one of those motorized electric scooter type vehicles that some of the elderly people use to get around. Have you ever dealt with a case involving that before?
It's interesting you asked that because I have a case right now where an elderly lady was driving a motorized wheelchair at night. Fortunately, she had reflectors on the back of the wheelchair and had a flashlight, and somebody came along and bang, really hit her hard and caused severe damages. So we're in litigation in the middle of that right now.
That is so strange, and I want the audience to know that was not a setup. I did not know that in advance, by the way. It was just a curiosity on my part. Well, that's interesting, and obviously, again, something that a professional has to get involved with. So we hope that they'll take your advice on behalf of the deceased father in this case. Bruce, thank you again for helping us sort through this.
Well, it's my pleasure, Todd. I always look forward to helping answer these interesting legal problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner and his advice of the week. Hope you learned something from that, as a lot of folks tell me they do consistently each week. Now, maybe next week we can learn a little bit about your situation and have others learn from your situation. To submit a question, simply go to our website, KixCountry929.com, KIXCountry929.com. Look on the homepage for Bruce L. Scheiner, BLS. And in the meantime, if you're thinking, I can't wait, I can't roll the dice and see if my question gets answered next, I need help right now. That's very understandable. So why not call the understanding people at Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates for a free initial consultation? 941-743-7777. The Port Charlotte number, as Port Charlotte office, is 941-743-7777. Don't let anyone take away your rights. Find out how to protect yourself by calling that number, 743-7777. Tell them Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.